Hello, 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 my forget-me-nots, sleeping lady here, ASMR. In this video, I am doing another cook with me, and I am making soup. It is going to be beef soup. As you can see, I am preparing ground beef, organic ground beef from Costco, Kirkland organic ground beef. And I go ahead and I try to open it. And this is very dangerous, y'all, so make sure you are careful. I once cut it myself. But anyways, I open it and I show you here to be careful because that is actually where I cut myself, and I was actually trying to open ground beef that time as well. I took the knife and I did it that way towards my left arm, and I accidentally cut myself, and I had to go to the ER and I had to get stitches. So make sure when you try to cut something, either use scissors or try to cut the opposite way away from your skin because it could be dangerous. But anyways, let's not get off track here. I go ahead and pour the beef into the pot, and I get some delicious garlic spice world, fresh and peeled garlic, all ready to go. They just need to be cut, and it is so satisfying to see that I am using the last of my garlic, as you can see. And I just go ahead and prepare them in a little cute pile so that I can mince the garlic, mince these yummy garlic. I love garlic. I feel like I cannot live without garlic. And fun fact, I never used to buy garlic to mince before I met my husband. Only after I met my husband I started using fresh garlic like this, and I'm never going back. I love garlic. I'm always wanting garlic, even garlic salt. We cannot live without garlic salt in this house. But anyways, I mince them very fine. leave all the time. But anyways, look how gorgeous this onion looks. I just take off the edges, the top and the bottom. And I wanted to cut the onion into diced size pieces. Diced size pieces into little cubes. And look at that milky looking onion. Juicy, milky, yummy looking onion. When I start to get sick, I actually have an onion with my husband, and I will eat it like an apple. And it makes my stomach burn, but I like that burn. I feel like onions could fight off sickness. What about you guys? But anyways, look at this. Diced sized pieces. And I wanted them that size to put in the soup. Lovely, lovely onions. I am so grateful for onions too. I love cooking with onions just as much as I love cooking with garlic. And of course, after they are done being cut up, I put them in the pot. Put them in the pot so they can be ready to go and ready to be cooked. Well, as you can see here, these items, are ready to cook. They are ready to cook, so I go ahead and add soy sauce into this dish. Put soy sauce so it could taste very yummy. I put sweet cooking rice, just a splash. And of course I put sesame seed oil, not too much. Less than a teaspoon, I feel. And look how satisfying that is. It is just about finished. So I just use the whole thing. I used the rest of the onion powder and I finished it up. And that's ready to be tossed into the trash. And it already smells so good. And I add parsley. That was about finished, so I just dumped the whole thing in. Dump it. chose the amount that I think would suit the broth. But this is the last of my elbow noodles, and I thought I would finish it up. And I also added the long spaghetti noodles as well. And that's what I'm going to be using for the soup. And I was still debating whether I should put lentil beans inside the dish. I wasn't sure if I should put it in there. I ended up not putting the lentil beans because I felt that everything that I put in there was enough. So I just did not put the lentil beans in this dish. And I cut up the potatoes, and these are the last of our potatoes. I cut them up into diced sized pieces, cubed sized pieces, so they can be ready to go into the broth. And I put them into the bowl ready to be splashed into the broth. Cute little potatoes. And then I stir it before I put the broth, because after it was done, I put in the broth. Just a couple more minutes, so I go ahead and I cut these last of our green onions, and these are also my favorite green onions. Those are my favorite too. And I just go ahead and cut the ends off, as you can see. And any snaggly green onion, I just take it off. And I did rinse the potatoes, and I rinsed these green onions as well. And then I just go ahead and slice them into bite-sized pieces. I cannot tell you how much I love green onions, and garlic. Oh my goodness, I really love them. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. So I am going to put them into the dish. But then I do save these until I put the broth in as well. So here they are. They are almost done cooking. Actually, they are done cooking. So I go ahead and add water. I just put the water in this bowl. And I add the water to the brim, like we are craving broth lately, and just soup. Soup makes our stomach feel better, at least in my opinion. Every time we have soup, it feels so wholesome, and it's a really good meal. And that's why I put a lot of broth in the soup. And I like it really watery. There are times where I like soup to be a little bit thick, like chowder, and there are times where I love soup to be very like brothy, you know what I mean? Like watery, but flavorful and This is the fourth cube, and I think that they are wrapped in cubes are so satisfying and also cute and fun. I like opening them. And then that's the fifth one. And just for good measure, I add another splash of soy sauce into the broth. And I go ahead and I stir that so the cubes could melt into the dish. That looks yummy. So yummy. Yummy in our tummy. And soup really does make us feel nice and satisfied and warm and cozy, especially during these cold winter months. And I really love soup with bread. I was so tempted to make homemade bread, but I didn't. Anyways, can't forget that garlic salt. I just drizzle and splash some garlic salt, and then after it took a while to become boiling, and I was waiting for it to boil so I can add the last of my elbow noodles and the spaghetti noodles as well. And I go ahead and time it for 10 minutes. And this dish is very simple, easy, but very delicious. And if you are craving that soup, it is a good soup on cold winter nights. And after 10 minutes was up, I prepared to have a dish. I prepared a dish for you guys. And you can see the nice, steaming, hot food. Nice, steaming hot soup. And I grab a good portion into this bowl. And of course, can't forget that broth. I couldn't get enough broth with a spoon. So after I put a good portion, I used a big cup. And I went ahead and poured myself some broth into the dish. And I wanted some jalapeno slices. I thought I would like spicy hot soup, so I put some jalapenos in the dish. You can either put it in or opt out. But I decided to have a very delicious and yummy soda drink. This was some wild blueberry cream soda, and it was brewed here at the 49th State Brew House here in Anchorage, Alaska. And they are limited batches, and they used Glacier water, and it was so delicious. It tied everything together for the night, for dinner. And that was for dinner. Nice and flavorful hot soup, beef soup, and a delicious blueberry cream soda. I really enjoyed dinner, and I hope you received many, many tingles. Until next